Hey guys, Jack Gleason with StartupTrading.com, and I'm going to be coming at you with a trade review. I have a couple of different trades on. Did not close out of these positions, so don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But I do want to talk about. We'll start off with the Nasdaq. I mean, it's not my biggest position right now, but it's the most recent one I took, and then I'll go with the Russell. So just to be clear, the Nasdaq I'm long 4 contracts, 15,538 is my average. Actually, I have 2 different entries there, and my entry in the Russell is 2258. So 2258 and 15538. So let's go to the Nasdaq. This is the Nasdaq right here. The first entry I had was on this support level at 15,333, and the first test was a move down. I actually bought this first test and just sold quickly for like 20 points or so. Oftentimes when we have an aggressive move off the open lower and I get long and the bounce is not that strong, I like to take a quick target. So I actually bought at like 15,533, and I sold some around, I think I sold 59s to be exact, and then we came back down. Now this was coming into a second test at the time. So when we came into the second test, I don't really like taking second test, so I actually passed on this trade. But when we moved back above it, I stepped in and bought the 15,533 again. Now I was going to target up here at this resistance at 71s. I did not get it. Instead, we ended up rotating lower. At this point in time, I drew up a Fibonacci sequence and added into my positions at 43s. Now, I've added both of my targets here at the top of the range near 15,570, and that is the trade I'm currently looking at. If we can't get up there in the next 25 minutes or so, I'm probably just going to begin to look to cut the position, because we should really be able to rotate up to that top. Otherwise, this is just going to be sideways movement. So that's what I had taken there in the NQ. If I get a full target on that trade, it should be roughly around 2,500 bucks up at that 15,570 level. Now the Russell is a little bit of a bigger trade. You can see my size difference. I actually have 10 contracts in the Russell versus just 4 in the Nasdaq. Well, if you understand the values of futures contracts, the notional value in the Nasdaq is actually higher than it is in the Russell. The Russell, you can calculate the actually I'll do a different video on notional value. That's a lot to explain right now, but there are different values of the contracts. So even though 10 contracts or 5 contracts in the Russell is not equal to 5 contracts in the Nasdaq as far as notional value goes. But I ended up buying right near this 2257. This was my support level that I was looking for in this morning's trade plan, and when we got down in it, I decided to buy it. Now we've been going sideways for a bit here. What I'm thinking is oftentimes when you break below the prior low of the day, then get back above, what I'm going to be doing is using that prior low of the day as support again. So basically I see that as a failed breakdown. And the way I'm looking at this, and I'm looking for a little bit of a bigger target here, is I'm anticipating that if we don't break back below the prior low of the day here at 2261s, what we will do is we'll break above the current high of the day. And the current high of the day is 2274.5. So if we break above that, this is a decent amount of consolidation here over the last 2 days. And if we break above that, I'm thinking we can move up towards the top of the range, to like Friday's high, last week's high. So I'm going to be looking for a potential target of 2280 to 2282, but I need to see this index break above this 2271, which is the resistance as well as the Fibonacci retracement level I have. Also, this orange dotted line is a prior high of the day. So this is going to be the zone. It's probably going to take me through lunch to get through this. The smarter thing might be to do to exit partial of this position, but this is kind of my home run trade for the day, or the biggest shot I'm looking at. It would be like over a $10,000 trade if I can get it back to the top of the range. So the important thing for me here for the rest of the day in the Russell is for us to stay back above this 2261s, and if we can do that, I'm expecting us to move. When you're looking at the market, some of the things you have to be thinking about is like outside the box. So, well, if we broke below that prior low of the day and then got back above and don't break back below it, where should we go, right? Because the market is an auction, and the auction is going to go to the path of least resistance, and if the path of least resistance isn't down, then it is You go ahead and guess. Oh, did you say up? Yeah, you're right. So hopefully the path of least resistance is up. Either way, you always have to be managing your position. Stay on top of it. Don't let winners turn into losers. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to ask any questions you have below, and make sure you're subscribed to my trade room or my daily alerts where you can actually see me execute all of these trades every single day. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.